Ooh, 2 lives in 1 day. Uh-oh. I had forgotten that the new Star Wars trailer had come out. So for anyone who ever thinks that I'm not rocking my geek card, I have... Yeah, that's Star Wars shirt. And yes, it does, in fact, glow in the dark. So I'm never afraid to let my nerd flag fly. So I'm going to go ahead and do a live reaction, unedited, on the latest Star Wars video. So let's give this thing a watch and see. All right, so we start with Rey running. We got Poe and Chewie, of course. A lot of different. This one is different. It's cut a lot differently. Wow, that looks visually stunning. More Palpatine. All right. That looks sick. Fighting on a water planet. That's pretty sick. $3PO. Running time. Over or under on 2.5 hours. So every Star Wars movie has been longer than the last one. So are we guessing that this one's going to be like 3 hours long? I'm down. The longer the better. Star Wars. Ooh. And you can see my goosebumps. The Rise of Skywalker. All right, so what are we going to do with The Rise of Skywalker? Just in the title alone, right? I think Abrams is just being provocative in the title alone on The Rise of Skywalker. So are we talking about like the rise of the Legend of Skywalker? Are they going to try and rethread it and say that essentially the last movie where they make the determination, spoiler alert, that Rey's parents are essentially no one, that they sold her for money so they can buy drugs or alcohol or whatever. Are they going to try and say that that's not actually what happened, that there's some sort of other connection to the Skywalkers with her? Or are they just saying that like the rise of the legend of the Skywalkers, like they kill off, obviously that they're probably going to kill off Princess Organa, they're going to kill off Leia, whatever her General Organa, wherever she is standing now, and what's left of, there's not really much Rebel Alliance left, but for the people who are still left standing, whoever she's, the cadre of people she's in charge of, are we going to have that, the rise of the legend of the Skywalkers? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, because there's so much pushback, which, come on, people, so much pushback over the last movie. Like, what did you expect the logical progression to be from Force Awakens to The Last Jedi? I mean, honestly, I don't know what people were expecting. Rian Johnson's, I think when you look at the meta-analysis, Rian Johnson's interpretation of how the Force, how the Last Jedi was presented, I actually thought it was pretty awesome. Yeah, there are a lot of things you can nitpick, but that's true throughout the Star Wars genres. I mean, over time, people have been nitpicking since day one, right? I mean, it's one man's story. It has grown beyond what George Lucas originated it from. I mean, it's he sold the rights to it for billions of dollars, and so it's taken on kind of a life of its own. So yeah, there are things that are anachronistic. Clearly, there are discrepancies, retcons. The we have the rewriting retcon of the Kessel Run, right? Like that's a big one where people are like parsecs are a measure of distance, not a measure of time. And so we have Solo, which essentially retcons the backstory behind making the Kessel Run in less than 15 parsecs, which I think is totally acceptable. Like that makes sense to me, especially in science fiction where like science changes all the time, so we have to update things based on understandings. And I don't even know that George Lucas didn't have that as a specific framer's intent whenever he wrote that years and years ago. I haven't seen an interview on that, but I have enjoyed. I thought Rogue One and Solo were amazing. They are amazing standalone movies and awesome within the framework of the known universe. Force Awakens, I'm pretty much an apologist for all the movies. They all have their own parts and things that I like. I understand the criticism on why people thought it was just like rehashing for Force Awakens. Totally get it. But I still liked it. I still really liked Force Awakens. I like Kylo Ren's character. I think it'll be interesting to see the conclusion of that. I am really interested to see how they work Palpatine into it. Because I think it makes sense, right? I think that also makes sense in the Star Wars paradigm. Just because someone is on the dark side doesn't mean that they can't transcend and or come back as like the spirit, ghost, force, whatever they characterize that as when the impressions of people like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda come through. I think, and that's established in the original KOTOR and KOTOR 2. Whenever you go to Korriban, there are spirits of old Sith there. So that's, I think that's consistent with the universe as it stood before the publication of this movie. So I think that's really cool. I'm really nerding out right now on my Star Wars. I tried to travel every year to Texas from Washington to go see them with my brother. That's the plan this year. And he just messaged me to see if he wanted to do, I guess they do like a 27-hour screening of all the Star Wars movies. And then you can watch the newest movie an hour early or a little bit sooner than anyone if you sit through it, which is a lot of Star Wars. But it was, we're going to do it. It's going to be awesome. Here we go. That's where we have hashtag YOLO, right? Hashtag. I think it'll be good to see how they conclude those sagas. Obviously, I think they're going to make more movies. I think the Obi-Wan movie should happen. I think we should have a whole saga with Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, and have, they already made the play in Solo to have, again, spoiler alert, to have Darth Maul come back. I think people want to see that. I think they want to see Darth Maul and Ewan McGregor battle it out again. I think that'd be cool. And in the Clone Wars, they have a whole storyline where they've already set all that up and pretty much done that. So I think that would be really cool to see. But yeah, I'm super, super, super excited about the latest iteration of Star Wars. Looking forward to seeing it. It comes out December 20th. That is my geeking out for today on Star Wars. So looking forward to the rest of my day. Got some planning done. Gonna be doing some more planning, getting some work done. So good luck out there, everyone, in your battle against the dark forces of laziness and complicity. Thanks.